J Clips says, F you to hangovers. Oh, J Clips, you're in it still, man. Yeah, I say F you to hangovers. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a hangover. And you might say to yourself, but oh, don't you drink beer every week? Not really. Sometimes, look, I'll give you all the good stuff now that I'm out of the city. Sometimes in that pint glass is a nice cold can of ginger ale. Sometimes in that pint glass is an NA. And then other times, sure, we drink some craft beers. But I couldn't tell you the last time I had a legit hangover, J Clips. One reason why I stopped drinking wine all those years ago, I was like, you know what? I can't handle the wine hangover anymore because I was drinking those heavy heavy cabs. Bear with me. I'm exhausted because I went to bed at 2 and my eyes went bling, bling, wide awake at 5:30. I slept 3.5 hours. And know why? I jumped out of bed because I'm out of that stupid city. I ran to the deck. I was out there. The sun was low in the sky. We're sort of coming up. I don't get what happens in the summer because they're like, well, sunrise isn't for another half hour. And you look out on the deck and it's already pretty bright out there. And then I'm listening to the waves and the birds. And then I got another 5 mosquito bites. I am so happy. I can't even tell you. And then I would say every week I have to get the Clorox wipes out and completely wipe down my MacBook. The next time I will have to take a picture, there is spittle all over the screen, all over my camera, all over the keyboard. And there's tater tots pieces all over the place thanks to Ron the waiter. And I have to clean that crap off. But the problem is it's happening more and more. A lot of my keys on my keyboard are getting stuck. So I guess the C didn't feel like, the C. I guess the C won't even look at me. Yeah, I won't look at you. God, no. I hated having to look at you if you want to know the truth. Oh, my God, your whole fucking face was oozing. But I guess the C on the keyboard's not working today, so we'll figure that out. Noise, what's up, Gerald? How are you? Number one E-Rock fan, LOL. What's up, number one E-Rock fan? Welcome.
2 seconds later.
We know the wine headaches still plague you, GH, but nice try. You know what? Number one E-Rock fan. First of all, this is your last stand. You know, you could say all this garbage about me, as much as you want, but it doesn't affect me in my personal life. The fact is, Anthony was the raging alcoholic.
Okay, so I asked ChatGPT if you accuse someone of being a drinker, and their first response is to accuse someone else of being a drunk or alcoholic. And here's what ChatGPT had to say. That kind of deflection, responding to an accusation by shifting blame or attention to someone else, can be a red flag. Deflection or projection is common when someone feels cornered or guilty. It's their first reaction to accuse an old friend instead of calmly explaining or denying. It could suggest defensiveness or guilt. I think I'm going to side with ChatGPT here and say that he's deflecting about his own drinking. What do you guys think? Is Opie brushing his teeth with wine?
I've always been just a casual drinker at best. And I don't have hangovers. I don't drink wine. So you got to go now. Goodbye. God, you might have been the quickest one to get banned from the live stream. Oh my God. Video quality better than Bill Simmons. Well, I'll get a light on my face, but you know what? I upgraded my lights and stuff, but I got I'm not gonna lie to you, I got tired face. We literally started packing last night at 1 p.m, and we finally got out of the house at 9:30 at night, 9:30, maybe closer to 10. And then, of course, our journey to leave the city for the summer starts with just a horrific accident on the Cross Bronx Expressway. I'm like, geez, get me out of here. Just get me the F out of here. So I decided to lurk in the shadows today because I definitely got tired face. J Clips, where did you find Ron? He certainly is something else, and I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Well, he's Ron the Waiter is a connection to my dear friend that I miss every single day, Carl Ruiz. Me and Carl were doing pop-ups before I started live streaming on a regular basis. We would just pop up here and there. And it was sort of the start of our podcast. We didn't know it at the time, but we knew we wanted to do a podcast where we wandered around a lot. And we wandered into this place called Pete's Tavern that Carl knew had really good food. And we sat there and we were live streaming, I think just on Facebook back then. And Ron was our actual waiter. That's why I call him Ron the Waiter. And he just crushed it with one-liners. I don't know what happened to his one-liners. Now he's just long-winded with all sorts of diseases. But he crushed it. And then after Carl died, something in my head was like, I should call that Ron the Waiter. And he did an early episode of my Opie Radio podcast. And then I sat on it again. And then I was like, something about this guy. So I invited him into our little circle of friends. And Carl, what's so weird, Carl was such a natural, so quick, so funny. His street knowledge was second to none. And that day at Pete's Tavern, when we did the pop-up and Ron the Waiter was our waiter, Carl actually pulled me aside and he was worried that Ron was going to take his place. I'm like, Carl, that'll never happen. And then, of course, Carl takes a Pasadena. So, what's up, Bildo? How are you, brother? Didn't you say you also were talking behind Ant's back? I've listened to that argument a few times. Funny stuff. I'm sure I talked behind Anthony's back as well. Yeah, of course. I'm not perfect. We all talk behind people's backs. What are you getting at, Bildo? Of course. Opie looks young today. Well, I look young because I'm in the shadows. I'm running with the shadows of the night. Oh, I'm going to look. Trust me. And the other thing I want to say, I'm going to start live streaming on a very regular basis again, finally. And you will see I look younger because I don't have to deal with that stupid city anymore. Oh, does it drag you down? So you got to go now. Goodbye.